Hi there, this is Sean Sweeney, and I'm here with,
Janelle Albrecht.
and we met up today over a Google Hangout, and we're recording our chat. And we've been meaning to do this for a while because Janelle and I are both big followers of blogs, and we encourage other SLPs and other educators to do the same. Janelle, what are your thoughts about blogs? What do you get out of following blogs?
Oh, wow, I just get so much, mostly professionally, since that's what we're going to talk about today. I follow a couple hundred FLP and related blogs, and I have to get all those articles somehow.
Yep, absolutely. There's just a lot of people out there who are blogging and sharing information, and it's just a really good way to get information, even if you don't want to get that much into social media and interact with anyone online. You can still get a lot out of just receptively following blogs.
I
But
agree.
for a while, Janelle and I and many others were using a tool called Google Reader, which is what you see on screen right now. And a few months ago, Google announced that they were retiring this product. What are your thoughts, Janelle, about the advantage of using something like this?
Something like Google Reader or another aggregator, well, you need it if you follow a lot of blogs or if you want to read a lot of stuff on a lot of blogs. You just can't go individually to all of these sites, like to Crazy Speech Roll, to Cult of Mac. That would just take up way too much time.
Yeah, I agree. And I often think, I recommend that people follow blogs, but if you're gonna follow, say, more than two, to do so like via your bookmarks list. If you were to bookmark blogs and go to them individually, it would take a ton of time.
Yeah.
And blogs post somewhat irregularly, so you might be going to blogs and viewing the same post if the person hasn't posted again. So an aggregator like Google Reader was can just help you keep it all in one place. So Janelle, maybe you can describe what happened when they announced Google Reader was retiring. How did it affect you?
I would say mass panic. Um, yeah, because just talking about my SLP and related blogs, I follow 122 at present, and I didn't know any other way to follow blogs to aggregate all those blogs in one spot. So there was just shock,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to deal with this now.
Yeah, I remember. I wish I could bring up our tweet exchange when this actually happened, and I think mine was definitely in all caps with lots of exclamation points and tears and oh no, because it is really the main way I get information besides Twitter and some other ways. So we've been looking for a few minutes at Google Reader here, which we're going to switch because, as we told you, it's going away. So in the weeks following that announcement, people kind of scrambled to think of what would they do to get information now that Google Reader is going away. And the main tool that kind of rose to the top is called Feedly. So now we're looking at Feedly here, and Feedly, as you can see, if you're a Google Reader user already, it actually looks a lot like Google Reader, but really clean. It has a nice clean look to it as well. Um, so what it allows you to do is once you've subscribed to a particular blog, which also could be thought of as a feed, the feed for the blog, you can click on it and see the new posts. So Feedly tells you how many unread articles you have, and you can just zip right through them. Ooh, Tiny Dentist is free today. That's a good one for people. Um, and you can just hit the J key brings you to the next post, or you can just navigate here to your unread articles list. Hold on. You can view them in different ways.
And that's a big plus over Google Reader because, well, I just never figured out how to use it to its full potential. So I was literally just going through on my Chrome, going from J to the next, to the next, to the next, and Feedly, you can see even on your Chrome app, there's a few ways to be looking at it.
Yeah, so it offers a lot. It's a pretty versatile app, and there's the other advantage I think of aggregators like Feedly is that you can really easily just share your post to others. So if you use, say, Google Plus or you use Twitter, um, or you can tweet out a post and share it with others. You can do that on LinkedIn. You can do it on Facebook. You also can keep track of posts that you want to look at later. So if I clicked here on Save for Later, it would be saved. And then there's like a tag feature, so I could categorize, any post. So put it into category like apps or free apps, etc. Or you can just email it to someone. If I do that, it will then email the post um, to someone, but I'm not going to. Yeah, do you find yourself using those features too?
Absolutely. I do the save for later. I email. I will Facebook and occasionally tweet about it, and not so much putting it on Google Plus.
Yeah, not me either. I'm still kind of getting into Google Plus and figuring it out. But so Feedly kind of rose to the top here, and I think it's definitely what I would recommend for people if you're a Google Reader user to migrate to Feedly. And once you do, switch over. If you just set up when you go to Feedly, you can sign in with your Google account, and it will just take all your data over from Google Reader, and it actually is going to then just hang on to your data when Google Reader goes away. So it will be seamless. So you don't really have to do anything else except start using Feedly, and it will keep track of that data and migrate it for you. This is a post from App Advice that kind of updates us on how that's happening. There are some other choices. Some people have gotten into Flipboard, and that's a good app to do something similar. It basically is an aggregator as well. What are your thoughts on that?
I haven't ever used that one. My question about it would be, is it available on both your web browser and on your
Right.
iPad or iTouch?
Yeah, no, that's like a really important point. When I read blogs, I sometimes am doing it in the web browser like I was here in Chrome, and sometimes I would want to do so from my iPad, and Feedly has a great free iPad app, which I can show over here too. Let's just show you. So Flipboard is, as you questioned, only available on mobile devices. It doesn't have a web version, so that's one of the reasons I don't like it as much. So here we are in Feedly for iPad, and you can see you can put your feeds into different categories. And that helps you be organized. With Flipboard, Flipboard looks a little bit more like a magazine. That's sort of the point of it. But I don't like that quite as much because it's very different than Google Reader. It's a little harder to organize your information. I'm not gonna do that. Let's do this.
Yeah, to be honest, when I'm adding new blogs and trying to organize into different folders, I'm going on to the Chrome app. I'm not doing it from my iTouch or my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how easy it is for that.
Yeah, to organize into folders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can also. It's pretty much a full functional app, but you can see here I'm viewing my Google Reader feed in Flipboard, and the way that it displays things is like this, and then you actually do a flip kind of gesture, but you do that with Feedly as well. It's kind of gesture based, like you're reading a magazine, which is nice too. But we're closing in on 10 minutes here. So, kind of to wrap up, one of the things that I've uh, promoted over the last years is other SLPs blogs, which was available through a link on my blog called the SLPs Blogs Bundle, which was a Google Reader based uh, conglomeration of blogs. So people could still access that now until July 1st if you want to go into subscribe to that in Google Reader, and then it will be saved in your Feedly. But after that, it will just stick in your Feedly. So I'm going to try to make a different list of SLP blogs for people to add um, to, to Feedly instead.
Yeah, I think that would be really helpful.
Yeah, just so because it is really easy to add content to Feedly in the web app. You just go add content and search for a particular blog. So, Constantly Speaking, which is already in my blog, but if I were to look for speech language blogs, we can see that there's a number here that you could add in the area of speech and language, and you can subscribe to them and check them out. But if you add any specific named blog, you'll be able to just put it in there too.
Yep, it really is quite easy. Once I got over my initial grief that Google Reader was going away, after about a week, I was really, really pleased with Feedly. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Definitely, it took a week to get through the stages of grief. There was some, I read some Kubler Ross and moved from denial to acceptance pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
well, Janelle, thank you very much for adding your insight into this. I really appreciated you popping in and having another voice, just emphasizing um, the the idea of following blogs, because it's just a great way to get info about what's going on.
Totally agree. Thanks for having me.
Okay, thanks everyone.